and welcome to County Lines, where your life and government meet. This series is all about explaining the ins and outs of North Carolina county government. Each episode in this series will focus on a different facet of county government and give a behind-the-scenes look at the work done daily that impacts every North Carolinian. As we learned in earlier episodes covering emergency management, finances, and county functions, counties provide an array of services. In this episode, we'll focus on the wide variety of social work and economic services that a county's Department of Social Services provides and the amazing people doing the work. Social services departments are staffed by highly skilled and passionate workers who specialize in providing services to those in need. This includes social workers, caseworkers, case managers, and a variety of other specialties to meet the needs of the community. We met with Martin County's Director of Social Services to learn more about their work and how their services positively impact residents.
I am Angela Ellis, and I am the Director for the Martin County Department of Social Services and Transit. We're that umbrella that provides just a plethora of services to ensure the health, safety, and well-being of individuals. What we do here at Social Services, we provide services to low-income families, from Medicaid to food and nutrition services, formerly food stamps, to providing protection to our children and our adults who may have been abused, neglected, or exploited. We are able to provide emergency services to families, individuals who are needing assistance with their rent or mortgage in order so that they're not being evicted. We are able to provide food to individuals. We actually have a food pantry here within our agency, so if someone has an emergency need, we're able to put a bag of food together for them. So being able to provide those resources and those services to families, we've also helped homeless individuals in that we may have, taken them to a shelter or having them to go and stay at a hotel so that they are not sleeping on the streets. The impact that we make is providing that safety, health, and well-being to families, be it financial, be it providing them or referring them to mental health services, helping our families to be stronger, in that we can help them with finding employment if that's what the need is. So from that sense, we bring those services that's going to impact the family, which impacts our county.
North Carolina has a federally mandated, state-supervised, and county-administered social services system. That means that the federal government authorizes national programs and a majority of the funding, and the state provides oversight and support.
So our funding is from federal and state and some county. Depending on what programs it is, it may be 50% county, 50% state, or it may be 50% federal, 25 and 25 state and county. So it just really depends on the program is how we draw down our funding.
The North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services is the state agency responsible for most public human services programs, issues, and policies. And many of the social services programs are administered directly by the counties. North Carolina's counties are the primary vehicle for the delivery of basic services to citizens.
It is really dependent upon the programs because we are governed by our general statutes, which are our laws, which are made by Congress and federal government. And then we also have state policies, which are made by the Department of Health and Human Services or the Division of Medical Assistance. So all of those entities give us the guidance of policies and laws that we have to adhere to. So a lot of times people think within social services that we just make up this stuff and we just do these things. Well, no, it's based off the policies that we have that govern us. And here at Martin County, we make sure that we're following those laws and those policies and those procedures because that's what help us to help our families and help the citizens of our county. And so our Social Services Board also makes sure that we are adhering to our policies and our procedures. They also help us with our budget, making sure that we're requesting what is needed, again, that's going to help the agency so that, again, it ties into helping the county and the citizens within the county. The state supervises the county DSS agencies, so they are our supervisors. And they, in turn, hand down the policies that govern the work that we do. Although the county administers the programs that they offer, again, Medicaid, food, nutrition services, those kinds of things. So we administer those programs that the state gives us to administer. We look at it as a partnership with DHHS, and that's how we work together, because they will in turn talk to us about, hey, these are things that we're thinking about doing. How is it going to affect the counties? And so then we will say, okay, yes, that's going to work, but make sure you look at it from this standpoint, or make sure you take into consideration the workers and how that's going to affect the workers.
An LME MCO is a local management entity managed care organization which manages the care of North Carolina Medicaid beneficiaries who receive services for mental health, developmental disabilities, or substance use disorders. Because DSS manages Medicaid at the county level, counties work very closely with their LME MCOs to coordinate services for their beneficiaries.
So we work together in that when we run into a need for behavioral health services, we reach out to our LME MCO, and we'll say, hey, we may have a child that's in a crisis situation, or we may have an adult that's in a crisis situation, and this is what we are needing. And so our LME will in turn say, okay, hey, Angela, reach out to this entity, or we'll be able to send someone there. Or they may tell us, we do not have the resources for that, so let's kind of brainstorm what we can do in order to help that family. So we work with our LMEs to ensure that they are receiving the behavioral health services that they are needing. So social services is a place where individuals come because they know that we are going to do the best that we can to help them receive the services that they need so that they can help their families, so they can help themselves. And again, it's all about living a healthy lifestyle. It's all about being healthy physically, mentally, so we're that caveat that's going to help them to do that along with our partners. So I want our legislators to know that the laws that they hand down is either going to help or it's going to hurt someone. So I say this to people all the time. I have the best job. I have the best job. Yes, it is stressful at times, but I get to work with individuals from birth until. I get to work with all nationalities. And I get to work with our commissioners. I get to work with our legislators. I have the opportunity to help with some of these laws and policies that are being handed down to the counties. And so the reason I say I have the best job is because one of the things that I have been afforded the opportunity to do is help families get to the place where they want to be. I help them to live a healthier life that for themselves, for their children, and then for their children's children. So this is one of the best jobs that a person can have. Again, it is stressful at times, but I wouldn't change it for anything.
Stay tuned for future episodes of County Lines discussing water and sewer, parks and recreation, and county elections administration.